This morning I'm making a batch of elderberry syrup. So I wanted to kind of show you how easy it is to make at home. So the ingredients are filtered water, elderberries, cinnamon, ginger, and then honey. So I have all my ingredients measured out. I'm making a double batch today, but I'll go through just the single batch. So first you'll need 3 cups filtered water, which I have started heating on the stove. And then you will need 3/4 cup of dried elderberries, which you can get on Amazon. They're kind of expensive, but these are the best ones that I have found. Your Ceylon cinnamon sticks, I like to choose these over regular cinnamon because they're anti-inflammatory and they are immune boosting. So those are a great kind. And then just your ginger. I have them all in here. So you'll need a tablespoon of ginger and then 1 Ceylon cinnamon stick if you're doing one batch. And ginger you can just find in the store in the produce section. So I've got my water boiling and I'm literally just gonna pour all of this into the pot. And we'll let that simmer for about 45 minutes, low heat, just until the liquid reduces about half. And then we will start with the next step. We got a good simmer going on right now, just a light boil. So I'm just going to go ahead and set our timer to 45 minutes and we will leave the lid off and it will just do its thing. You can give it a stir a few times if you'd like, but we're at about 40 minutes now and it's still simmering. Looking good. Okay, we've let this simmer for about 45 minutes and as you can see where it started up there, it's down about halfway. So we're just gonna take this off the burner and let it cool for about 20 minutes. So for this next step, we're gonna be using our hands. So I'm gonna go ahead and wash them real quick. So what you'll need for this step is a strainer and a bowl. So we're gonna set this in here. And this is our elderberry syrup that we had boiling that's now cooled. And we're just gonna dump it in the strainer. I'll get my 1 spoon. You want to be careful if there is gaps in the strainer and between the strainer and the bowl to not get the elderberries into the juice that's in the bowl because you don't want to eat the elderberries. We're just going to discard them once we get all the juice out. So now that we have it all in there, we're just gonna press it down until we get a lot of that juice out. Then we're going to take it a step further and use a cheesecloth bag. So this is how much syrup we got out of just smashing them. So we're going to set this aside and then add elderberries into our bag, which I don't know how much that is here. It helps to have 2 people to do this. Help open your bag. All right, we got a lot of it in there. All right. So now we're just gonna squeeze the rest of the juice into this. And as you can see, it gets a lot more out than just pressing it with a spoon. But it is messy. So you want to make sure to do it over the sink. Redistribute it so you can find some more spots. Looks like it's pretty well drained. So then we're just gonna discard all of this because we won't need any of that anymore. We'll set our elderberry syrup aside. I'm gonna clean this up and then we'll head on to the next step. Okay, next step, we have our elderberry syrup all filtered out of the elderberries. I have our honey. It's gonna be 1 cup of honey, but I doubled the recipe, so I have 2 measured out. We get raw honey from beehives that my grandpa and dad have. So I know it's some good raw honey, nothing added into it. We're just gonna dump it in. We add the honey last after it's cooled so it doesn't lose its health benefits. Because when you heat up honey, it loses all its health benefits. And the reason why we're making elderberry syrup is to have an immune booster. All right, we'll just stir this in. Like stick on the bottom. All right, so now we will fill this and put it in a mason jar and we'll be all set. All right, we're gonna pour our elderberry syrup into our jar. I wanna see how many fluid ounces a double batch makes. So I have my scale out here, set to 0, and we're just gonna dump this in. You know what, I think I'm gonna take this out because it might be easier just to do this. I'm gonna zero this out again. All right. All right, that right there is 37 fluid ounces. And we just have a tad bit left over. So the double batch of elderberry syrup that we made 42 ounces. So you'll take 1 tablespoon daily. And so for a family of 4, if I can do the math right, that's around 20 days that will last you. But it's good for up to 6 weeks in the refrigerator.